So this is me sticking my fingers up to the red carpet show and introducing you to my sanity mat and giving you 3 top tips to help you navigate yourself out of that horrible mental conversation that you have with yourself when you're telling yourself that you're just not good enough, that you're never going to make it, and that everyone else is better than you. This all started this morning when I woke up feeling completely triggered. Wasn't really sure why. All I knew is that I'd got scheduled into my diary to record YouTube and podcast today. And I really didn't want to get dressed up and do my hair and do my face and go and set my studio up. Now, thankfully, I was working with one of my coaches this morning and we got talking about triggers and social media and how for me, social media is one of probably my primary trigger. And he reminded me that, social media is what he called the red carpet show, where everybody is putting on their best face and their best stories and their best clothes and their best testimonials. And then we sometimes feel that we can't match up to that. And we let ourselves believe it's because we're not good enough and everybody else is better than us. And so I was like, okay, so what does it look like for me to not do my YouTube videos like that? What does it look like for me to be really authentic today and do it in a way that feels good? And this is what I ended up with. I'm sat on my sanity mat on my kitchen floor and I'm just speaking to you in the hope that what I'm going to deliver is going to help you navigate through the same sort of thing. So the 3 top tips or the 3 teaching points that I want to give you is that number 1, triggering or feeling triggered is completely normal. And when we feel triggered, it is just an opportunity for you to realize that there are some unhealed parts of yourself and parts of your younger self that haven't been dealt with just yet. You see, your brain is wired to give you proof of what you believe to be true. So when you've got these unconscious conversations going on all the time, your brain thinks it's doing the right thing by trying to find ways to prove to you that yes, you're absolutely right. Of course you're never going to make it. Of course everybody's better than you. Of course everybody finds it easier than you. So when you're getting triggered, it's your opportunity to have a look at what story am I still playing out from my childhood self that I haven't done yet. And really, most of the time, they're not complicated. It's something around worth or not being special enough or not being clever enough or not being deserving enough. It tends to come into one of those buckets. The second thing is that as human beings, we are completely wired to feel according to what we see and hear. So that's our 3D reality. So we're wired to feel according to what our senses are telling us. We see something, we hear something, they're the main things, and we feel something and we make a decision about our life and our possibility and our potential based on those things. But we live in a 5D universe, which means by nature of who we are and how we're created, we are energetic, creative beings. We create through our energy, which comes from the thoughts that we maintain on a regular basis. And we are also limitless in potential and possibility, because whatever you want to call it out there, the infinite matrix, the universal field, whatever, there are an infinite number of outcomes for you, an infinite number of possibilities for you. And what makes the possibilities possible and your reality is how you control your thoughts. Now, the third thing is understanding that your current model of the world, how you think and feel, is based on the experiences that you have had over the course of your life. And you have almost like built this city in your mind that has very defined buildings and pathways and roads that says, this is how I feel about everything that's going on in the world. So when you hear something or see something new, you're always filtering it so that it fits into that current model. Now, do you think that's helpful or destructive when you're trying to build a business and create a mindset that supports that? Of course, it's completely destructive because it keeps reaffirming to you those old beliefs. And that's why I'm kind of introducing you to my sanity mat right here. And the whole idea is finding yourself a sanity mat or a sanity space where you can just sit down, and I want you to detach from being a human being, right? well, from the human aspect of it, and I want you to connect with being more of the being. Now, however you do that, I can just feel that just by sitting here. It's about remembering, like I said before, that you are effectively like a computer. So much of what you do is automatic. So much of what you do is filtered without you even knowing it. So much of what you feel is rehearsed and learned. And to go to that next level in your life and your business, you're going to have to start detaching yourself from that and creating new ways of feeling, creating new ways of being, and remembering that fundamentally and primarily you're a vibration, and it is your vibration, your frequency, that is not just creating the way that you feel, but it's creating your reality. Create yourself a space, get yourself a mat, and find a way to just release yourself from that physicality, temporarily releasing yourself from outcome. Knowing that changing your frequency, maintaining your alignment is the most easiest and powerful way to succeed, and that will create outcome and possibilities that you could not logically create. So I hope this has helped. If it has, make sure you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you share this with your friends, and I'll see you again in the next episode.